My dad chose my cousin over me, funded his future, and ruined mine, but karma left him drowning in regret as I built my own life. My cousin Derek moved in with us when I was 16. His parents had just died in a car accident, and my dad felt responsible since Derek's mom was his sister. I get it, family takes care of family, but what happened next destroyed me. Derek was 17, a year older than me, and from the moment he arrived, everything changed. My dad started comparing us constantly. Derek got straight A's without trying. I worked my butt off for B's and C's. Derek was naturally athletic and made varsity soccer his first week at our school. I'd been playing JV basketball for 2 years. My dad would watch Derek's games every single weekend, cheering loud enough for the whole stadium to hear. He came to maybe 3 of my games that entire season. Senior year was when things got really bad. I'd been saving money from my part-time job at the grocery store for 2 years, had almost $4,000 in my account for community college since my grades weren't good enough for scholarships. My dad knew this. He'd seen my bank statements, knew exactly how hard I worked stocking shelves every weekend. Then Derek got accepted to State University. Full tuition was $18,000 a year. Derek had some scholarships but still needed help with housing, books, and meal plans. My dad sat us both down at dinner one night in April and said he had something important to discuss. He looked at Derek and said he'd cover everything Derek needed for college. Room, board, spending money, everything. Then he looked at me and said since I was going to community college, I wouldn't need as much help, that I could keep working at the grocery store and maybe take out small loans if needed. I just stared at him. Derek was getting a blank check for his future while I was being told to figure it out myself. My mom tried to argue, said it wasn't fair, but my dad shot her down. He said Derek had lost his parents and deserved a real shot at success, like I didn't deserve the same thing. That summer before college, I worked 50 hours a week trying to save more money. My dad bought Derek a used Honda Civic for graduation. I got a $50 gift card to Target. I watched them pack up Derek's stuff for his dorm, my dad laughing and giving him advice, treating him like the son he actually wanted. I moved into community college living at home, taking the bus to classes, eating ramen because I couldn't afford the meal plan. Derek would come home on breaks with stories about parties and football games and spring break trips my dad helped pay for. Meanwhile, I was grinding through general ed classes and working night shifts. 2 years later, I transferred to a state school 3 hours away, paid for everything myself through loans and 2 part-time jobs. Never asked my dad for a single dollar. I studied computer science because I was good with technology and the job market was strong. Graduated with $40,000 in debt but got hired immediately at a tech company making decent money. Derek graduated the same year with a business degree that my dad funded completely. No debt, no stress, just walked into a sales job at some startup. 5 years passed. I worked my way up, switched companies twice, and started making 6 figures by 28. Paid off my loans, bought a small house, had money in savings for the first time in my life. Derek bounced between 3 different jobs, none lasting more than a year. Turns out being handed everything doesn't teach you how to work hard. My dad kept supporting him, paying his rent when he was between jobs, covering his car insurance, buying his groceries. Then last year, my dad called me out of nowhere, said he needed to talk in person. We hadn't really spoken in years beyond awkward holiday dinners. I drove home and found him sitting at the kitchen table looking older than I remembered. He told me he was retiring early due to health problems. His pension wasn't as much as he thought it would be. He'd drained most of his retirement savings helping Derek over the years. Then came the ask. He wanted to know if I could help him out financially, maybe send some money each month to cover bills. I sat there looking at the man who chose my cousin over me, who funded Derek's entire life while leaving me to struggle alone. I asked him why he thought I'd help him after everything. His face crumbled. He said he'd made mistakes, that he realized too late he'd been trying to replace his sister by taking care of her son, that he'd neglected his own kid in the process. He actually started crying, saying he was proud of what I built by myself, that he knew I didn't owe him anything. I told him I'd think about it. Then I left and didn't call him back for 3 months. Eventually, I started sending him $500 a month. Not because he deserved it, but because I'm not him. I don't abandon family when things get hard. Derek's still living off my dad's scraps, 31 years old with no savings and no plan. Meanwhile, I'm engaged, just got promoted to senior engineer, and finally bought my mom the vacation she always wanted. My dad sees what I became despite him, not because of him. And I think that eats at him every single day.